All right, welcome to the short video on 5 things you need to know before you list your home. Make sure you ask these of anybody you're interviewing. So I'm guessing the situation you're in is you want to relocate to someplace else, or you want to move up or downsize. You're not interested in short sale, or you already clicked that link. So the first question that everybody asks me that has equity in their home and is just doing a normal transaction is, has the market stabilized? And the answer is yes, no. The market has stabilized in 2 out of 3 segments. Locally in the Puget Sound area, we found that the first-time buyer home prices have really stabilized. Those are solid, they're not going anywhere. We found that the move-up buyer stuff, the stuff kind of from the 175 to 350, 375, has very much stabilized. It hasn't been going down anymore, and in some cases, the prices have gone up. I did have one client last year that in 2011 bought a home for me, and we negotiated a good deal, and in 2012 had to relocate to another state, and we sold it for $15,000 more than they paid for the year before. So on the high-end stuff, a lot of that has still come down. It's a great time if you want to move up to that, and that price range, although it's come down significantly from where it was at, it's not going down at that breakneck speed anymore. So yes, the majority of the market stabilized. On the real high-end expensive stuff, there's still a little flexibility in the market. So the next question is how are we going to determine the value of your home? Well, you may have the most beautiful home in the world, and you've certainly put love and blood and sweat and tears into your place, but it's not what you think your home's worth, and it's not what I think your home's worth. It's what the market determines your home to be worth. We need to look at it and assess fairly with what other things have sold, what we should put your house on the market for. At that point, we'll talk about negotiation strategies, how much room you think you should have, other things we can do. But really, we need to look at what else is sold in the market and have you chime in on that so we can come to an agreeable price for what your home should sell for. My job is to tell you what it'll really sell for, not sell you on a pipe dream. So the third question, what marketing will you do from a property? Well, you know what? It's a high-tech world. You're watching the video. Almost everybody finds stuff on the internet these days, and almost every broker you meet, just by listing it with their brokerage, is going to get it on 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 different websites out there. Well, you can do that, or you can work with somebody like me that's got the services to get it between 200 and 300 different websites out there. That's going to cut virtual tours where people can walk right through the home and see what it is before they get there, so only serious pre-qualified buyers are entering your property. Again, give me a call and we'll talk about more things that we can do to market your property. So question number 4, what experience does your broker have in negotiating? Well, there's a lot of brokers that like to say, well, I've been in the business for 30 years. Well, great. Do they have 30 years of cumulative experience, or do they have 1 year 30 times in a row? You know what? It's better to hire a broker that continuously grows, continuously sells, and does much more than the average market. Today's market, the average broker sells between 5 and 8 homes. Find a broker that sells 40, 50 or more, and they'll probably have a lot more transactional experience that will help you avoid problems before you get to them. And then speaking of problems, number 5, how do I avoid the common pitfalls that cause deals to fall apart? Again, hire a broker with lots of transactional experience. Hire somebody like me that has great connections in title and escrow and mortgage, where we can kind of flush out the snakes in the woodpile up front, and we can find out what kind of issues there are ahead of time so we can determine whether the deal even makes sense to get into or not. Or if it does make sense to get into, you know exactly what the risks are so that you don't wake up one day with a headache that needs something written all over it, and hopefully not your or my names. What we want to do is have somebody that's got enough transactional experience to sight read the music and get out ahead of those issues so that you don't have any and have a smooth closing transaction. You know what? I would love to take a look at your property, hear about what your goals are, and help you figure out a great plan for marketing, moving forward, and getting exactly what you want. Give me a phone call, shoot me an email, and we'll get together and we'll have a nice conversation. Thanks a bunch for watching. Appreciate it.